Okay, good morning everyone. How are you today? Hope you are right fine. I am also fine. Okay, so nice to see you again with our online class, and hope you will enjoy your learning, even though your holiday on yesterday as well. So yesterday your holiday, so you can be free for one day, and today let's continue our lessons that we are going to move with the new lessons of this week. Okay, so today is Thursday, May 7, 2020. Do you know on Thursday, what are you going to study on Thursday? Sure, you are going to study grammar galaxy, right, in level 6B. So our grammar galaxies, in the previous lesson we studied about superlative and comparative adjective. And today we are going to continue to the next lessons. But our lessons will be review, a short review into our view about comparative and superlative, right? Okay, so comparative used to compare from things to things and people to people. However, in superlative will be used in order to compare in three things or three peoples in order to find the one in a group. Okay. As you have seen a formula, in comparative we use adjective with er and more, and in superlative we use adjective est with and most. Okay. However, like example, I'm going to give you a short example or one example for each. Like, I am shorter than my friend, so this is I compare from myself with my friend. And in superlative, I am going to use I am the shortest student in the class. So in among all the students in my class, I am only the one that is shorter than the other. Okay, they are big but I'm short. Okay, all right. So today we are going to move to the next lesson, and our unit is unit 10. I'm always hungry in the morning. Okay. And here we are going to talk about our objective is that adverb of frequency. Do you know what is adverb of frequency? Here, adverb of frequencies are often used in simple present and simple past statements. They answer the question how often. Do you know one statement? Statement is a sentence. Then you are going to create a sentence that you call statement. So remember, in here adverb of frequency will be recognized to use as in present, in simple present and simple past statements only. Okay. However, they are going to answer the question how often. Like the example, how often do you eat rice? I said that I always eat rice 3 times a day. So here I use what? This is we call adverb of frequency. That it show you about your activity, that how often do you do it. You always do it, you usually do it, you sometimes do it, you often do it, or you never do it. Okay, so here we call the adverb of frequency used to answer the question how often. Okay, so in 5 adverb of frequency that we are going to learn in here, like sometimes, never, usually, often, and always, will be divided into 2 parts of using. The first one, we are going to use those kind of words, those kind of adverb of frequency with the verb to be. Okay, and one more thing, we are going to use adverb of frequency, those adverb of frequency with the other verbs. Before we move on to the next step, I'm going to explain you one by one about how do we know that this one, or how do we recognize to use adverb of frequencies, or how do we know where do they stand, and or with to be. Okay, so adverb of frequency with be. As you know that be consisting with 3, right? Am, is, are, only 3 to be. However, if we conclude with a past statement or past simple statement, there will be 2 more, so 5. In here we focus about 5 to be. Am, is, are, was, and were. Okay, alright. So in here we have subject plus be, adverb of frequency. So let's see our example. I am never hungry. Okay, so here, never hungry, adverb of frequency. You are often late. Often is also called adverb of frequency. She is usually free. Usually is called as adverb of frequency. Okay, and there will be more example. So is it a present statement or past statement? Sure, it is a present simple statement. If I want to use it in the past statement, what should I do? Easy, okay? You just change am to be was. Because of what? Because I use it was. What are you going to change? If you want to use in past statement, you change to be were. Is, what are you going to change in the past statement? To change to be was. So it might be easy in here if you want to use adverb of frequency with be in the past statement or past simple statement, you just change to be is and are to be was and were. It will be finished for you to make the sentence as a past simple statement with adverb of frequency. Okay, so adverb of frequency will be the same, entire staying the same, but the changing is just only to be that you are going to change if it is a past or present. Okay, if you talk about adverb of frequency with be in present, okay, fine, you use is and are. But if you use adverb of frequency with be in the past statement, we use was and were. Will be recognizing fields. Okay, all right. So look at to the sentence under our column. They say that adverbs of frequency usually come after be. So in the sentence, you have to remember that when you see the sentence that appear with to be in the sentence, adverbs cannot stand before to be. It must come after to be. Okay? So all adverb of frequency like never, like sometimes, often, usually, always, it is a must that you are going to put all those adverb of frequency after to be. You are not allowed to put in front of to be. You got it? Sure. So right now, to clarify your understanding, I am going to give you one exercise. Okay, practice. She always free. She is always free. Is it right? No, right? As our mention is that we have to use adverb of frequency after to be. So in this sentence, if you want to be the right one, she is always free. Remember, always it is a must that you have to come with s. If always without s here, it is not right. It will be the wrong one. And also one more thing is that always cannot come before to be, cannot stay in front of to be. If you want to put it, you have to take the word always and put s and then put the word always after to be. It will be finished for your making the sentence. Okay? Do you get it? Right, easy, right? Just you know that recognize, oh, when I see to be in the sentence, I know that adverb of frequency must use after to be. So I will put adverb of frequency after to be. Okay? All right. So this is the first point that we are going to study about adverb of frequency in with be. Now let's move to adverbs of frequency with the other verbs. So in here we do not focus about to be. Okay? We focus about the general verb that we are using in the sentence, like speak, like run, what the other verb that you can find. Okay? So in here we also divide into two parts. The first one we are talking about affirmative sentence. The second one we are talking about a negative sentence or negative statement. So in affirmative sentence, where do we put or where does adverb of frequency stand? Sure, it stands after subject. Like you always look tired. She never drinks tea. Okay. For the sentence that you are going to use in simple present statement, remember the verbs must be changed even though we use adverb of frequency after the subject. Okay. So in affirmative sentence or statement, you can see that when you use you, the verb here, it doesn't change, right? It will be still the same. But when you use the subject he, she, or it, even though you have adverb of frequency always in here, the verbs here must be changed. As you know that in present simple, the verb that you with he, she, it must be at s, es, and is. So in here, it also the same. You do not focus about adverb of frequency, but you will focus about the verbs in the statement. That the verb change or not depending on the subject. Okay, if subject I, we, you, they, are you going to change the verb? It is the same, right? But if the subject he, she, and it, are you going to change the verb? for sure you have to change the verbs. So the verb must be or must add as. This is we call the simple present statement with adverb of frequency using with the other verbs. So if I want to use it into the past one, what should I do? Okay, I just change the verb look. I will take verb 2 of look to put inside. How about the word drink? I am going to change to be drink. Do I need to add s? No. Because of what? Because it is a past statement. Okay, past simple statement. So past simple statement do not need s, and is anymore. It is in the past time. But if it is in the present time, for sure you need s. In the past time, you just change verb 1 to verb 2, it will be finished. Right? In the past simple statement. Okay, how about negative? For negative, it's also the same. But one more thing that is different is that if it is present, it is standing after doing does not. But if it is past, it must stay after did not. Okay, so our example, our form, we have subject plus do or does not, don't or doesn't. You can put one more didn't, okay, or did not, and then a verb of frequency, and then plus the general verb or the other verbs. Like our example, I don't usually watch TV. So when you see do not and doesn't or does not, you might be easy because of what? In present tense, we have divided. Okay, like I, we, you, they, I use with don't, and he, she, it, I use with doesn't. So when you see it, we have known about present for that when we have do, don't or doesn't, it means the verb doesn't change, right? The verb still to be the same. So the changing is that only do and does, which one that we are going to use with the subjects. Like subject he, she, it, we use with doesn't. Subject I, we use they, we use with don't. Okay. In here, in the past tense, we do not care. In the past tense, only one did not. Even though I, even though he, she, it must be changed. The verb in past tense or past simple statement, it doesn't change about the word did not. Okay. So here, they did not or they didn't often visit. I don't usually watch TV. So if I put the subject she about don't, do it you don't? No, I am going to change to be doesn't or does not. Okay, and then I will put the verb usually, and then we put the normal verb. So if I use the subject in here too, he, do the change didn't to doesn't? No, it will be used with it didn't the same. Okay, so the recognizing is that when we see it is using with the other verbs in positive or affirmative sentence or statement, adverb of frequency must stand after subjects. Okay, after subject, and the verbs change or not depending on the statement that they are using. If you use a present simple statement in positive, it must be changed depending on the subject. But if you use the positive statement, okay, of present simple with I, with you, they, okay, fine, the verb is normal. You just put adverb of frequency after subject. Okay. Alright, and here, if you want to use in affirmative in simple past tense, for sure, adverb of frequency come the same, but you have to change verb 1 to be verb 2. And verb 2, there is no need to change anymore. Okay, verb 2 doesn't change anymore. Negative is depending on do, does, don't, doesn't, or didn't. If in present you will use don't or doesn't, in the past you will use did. Don't use with I, we, you, they. Doesn't use with he, she, it. So if you know only this case, it might be easy for you to clarify which one use with don't, which one use with doesn't, in order to create a sentence in negative statement using with adverb of frequency. Okay, so in here you can see a note. Adverb of frequency stands after subject in affirmative statement. Okay, when you see the sentence in affirmative, you have to use adverb of vacancy after subject or stand close to the subject. And if you see adverb, you want to use adverb of frequency, stand after don't, doesn't, and didn't in negative. So in negative, it must be stood after don't, doesn't, or didn't. Okay. All right. So let's see our practice all together. So here practice. Likely I give you the sentence that she always play phone. Okay, so likely you see this sentence. Is it right? No, it is not right. Why? You see, our subject is she. Sure, you said that it is right because have s, right? But in here, because of the word always consists of s, so that's why it couldn't change. Okay, it doesn't change. It must become the same. But the changing is the verb. So the verb here, you are going to add s. Do you get it? Right. Okay. So if you don't get it, you have the question, please drop the question in the group. Okay. And alright, so today enjoy your learning of Grammar Galaxy everyone, and see you for the next video and also the next lesson. Goodbye.